Hello everyone, my name is Deacon and welcome to this first episode of my Third Age Divide and Conquer Let's Play series in the Rohan campaign. I play Third Age with my own set of lightly roleplay house rules, which include to follow the lore of the Lord of the Rings in general, and choices that could be considered as very unlawful should therefore always be avoided. To only play as the good factions, although in version 2.0 I might give it a go with the Khan campaign. To ally with all the good factions, no war declarations on good factions ever, with the exception of the middlemen of Enedwaith. The Vale are considered a good faction as they're led by Beorn, which is of course a good guy. No betrayal of allies, and try to keep them alive in the campaign as much as possible. To generally follow the missions unless they conflict with the grand scheme of things in campaign. No adoptions whatsoever, not even men of the hour. Therefore, the power will always remain within the family and with the own generals that we have at the start. Those generals and family members must survive the campaign. So even if a battle resulted in a decisive or a heroic victory, it must be fought over and again until the family survives. Or, if not, it means retreating from that particular battle. There's to be no auto-resolve battles unless it concerns an isolated general on the campaign map that you would otherwise stand to lose entirely. We will edit out any bad traits that family members might acquire, especially after coming of age events. We're to be very conservative with the lives of troops and always aim to minimize battle losses and rely on professional soldiers more so than on militia. And also rank up those troops, give them XP. While we maintain a uniform army, rarely hire mercenaries except perhaps for when we're playing as dwarves and really need that extra cavalry. And lastly, there's to be no rushing the campaign in the beginning. It takes out every bit of challenge, and instead we'd rather create a few beachheads here and there and then have a turtling period to build up the economy and construct those specialized recruitment buildings that we need to help recruiting, maintaining a professional army. As you can see, we're out to start as the Kingdom of Rohan with our King Theoden, Prince Theoden as heir. We shall be looking to replace with Éomer. Generally we're going to try and keep the generals alive, save for perhaps Theoden and Theoden, as true to the lore, these guys did die. We'll try to conquer the west, which means Isengard, Dunland and Enedwaith. So this part on the map here is roughly south of the river, and after we've accomplished this, it does mean we're going to set campaign goals to short, because with long campaign rules we also have to eliminate mortar, which could be quite a drag. We'll rather set it to short, which means after we've eliminated Isengard and the Dun landings we would be done, but we'll try to also wipe out Enedwaith over here, keep our forces south of the river, and then turn our attention eastwards and see if there's anything left here to conquer and drive a wedge between Shadow of Mirkwood and the Shadow of Mordor. So without further ado, let's get started with this Rohan campaign.
Where is the horse and the rider? Where is the horn that was blowing? They have passed like rain on the mountains, like wind in the meadow.
Now is the hour! Riders of Rohan! Oaths you have taken! Now fulfill them all! To Lord and land! Ha!
So welcome to Divide and Conquer, which is a wonderful submod for Third Age Total War. Here's a welcome message from the development team that will slowly scroll through should you wish to pause and read all that's being mentioned here. As for now, we are the kingdom of Rohan. We're the riders of the Riddermark, the Yorlingas. And our capital city is the city of Edoras, which we will try to hold until our last breath, should it come that far. But there's sure to be an invasion at some point that should have us defended. There is a little script here that allows Helm's Deep, the Hornburg, to recruit dwarven warriors once we establish an alliance with the dwarves of Eredluin. The military report basically says that we won't have the best of our troops until turn 60 or so. And yes, right here we are about to kick off. Well, first off, we shall build a load of watchtowers. Éomer is going up north to conquer Rockburg over here and Tirith Anduin over there, well before the elves ever reach there.
Orders, my lord.
My lord.
First, though, we'll build a watchtower here, and then move over there.
With honor.
Our forces in the Hornburg should merge together with the forces in the Folburg.
No glory in hiding like
as
this,
we know,
your orders, my lord.
Isengard is on its way.
Yes, my lord.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
We will need every bit of extra troops that we can spare. It also means that Hammer, our lovely general, should join forces with the rest of the guys
Erecting a watchtower.
in the Folburg.
As you wish.
He'll be away
Erecting
a while until he's there. King Theoden has Rohan riders over here. We will garrison the Hornburg for now.
Your orders, my lord.
Next we will have him build one and
two
watchtowers
with honor. This tower
and
will
have
keep
him return
vigil over
to
the
Edoras the next turn.
Yes. Making camp here.
Yes, my lord.
Theodred will donate his scouts
As you wish.
to the fight in the west as well. We have Dunhair, who is over here.
Your orders, my lord.
Our spy should move down to Durlap and monitor the movements of Isengard over there. We are going to need 2 diplomats to forge a number of alliances. There's a maximum of 2 that we can build out of our initial buildings in the first turn, which we are going to train right away because they will serve us the rest of the game. We need this alliance with Eredluin, so that's what these diplomats will serve for. We are quite in the red with our money, so these grain exchanges that we're building now should start providing us with the extra income that we need. Elfhelm,
yes,
however, is also going to build watchtowers in the first turn.
The troops by your order. This tower will keep vigil over the
I
lands.
want these Rohan riders in the west as well. These ailing militia should move up towards the north and garrison.
My lord. By your command.
And Éomer here
We can go no further today.
should give us our
Your
first
orders, my lord.
fight
Your will,
for this
my
episode,
lord.
because I
Prime
expect
position
some,
to launch a
there they are,
cowardly ambush if need
bandits
be.
right over
Yes.
here. And in we
Muster
go.
your courage, men. We
Well,
march
Éomer
into
has
battle.
Rohan bodyguards as a bodyguard unit. They are cavalrymen and one of the fastest cavalry in the game at that. And this means they are light,
With great speed.
fast,
Riders of the mark.
they easily engage and disengage.
Last double time.
so they are perfectly capable of pulling out of an engagement.
Riders of Warhammer with great speed.
Enjoy that charge bonus and then charge again.
Units march.
And of course the beauty of bodyguard units is that as long as they are below a number of, I believe, 76, they will keep replenishment of their numbers after each battle. And should they decrease in numbers very far, then it will take more than one turn to replenish. But generally speaking, it should be no more than a single turn to have our numbers replenished.
Good tidings.
There we are. We
General lies
have
dead.
eliminated the enemy's general. This should hurt their morale pretty badly. I'm looking for an instant rout. They are broken. And we have no interest in losing numbers. We just lost 2 of our Rohan riders over here. It'll be a while until we have money to replenish the numbers of the Rohan riders.
Now for wrath! Now for ruin!
So we are to be conservative with our troops. Can't afford to
The
lose
enemy are badly bloody.
too many,
They have lost half their men.
especially not early in the game.
For the moment, the fortune of battle goes our way. Let's pray it remains as such.
But so far so good. We are routing them off the field quite nicely. So this victory is gonna come at a low cost in numbers. So far we have lost 7, 8, somewhere around there. All that is left now is just this number of bandits. And they won't survive for long. Their morale's gonna crack as soon as Éomer charges them from behind. Let's watch this beautiful charge here. Draw your lances out. There you go. Charge. They're already wavering. And 160 more cavalrymen are about to charge them from the flanks. Lances out. And there you go, broken.
Freeze the field. Pursue and run them down.
Well, we won't run them down.
Is utterly vanquished. Let all who remember.
We've lost 7 men only. There's a big chance that they will run over to the enemy or simply disband during the end turn.
Glory, honor, victory.
And I cherish
Yes, my lord.
these cavalrymen way
This
too
tower
much
will keep vigil over the lands.
to allow them to simply run away. So we're gonna build
With
1, 2
honor.
more watchtowers on the way. One over here would be nice.
This
And
tower
the other
will
can
keep
come
vigil
here.
over the
One
lands.
more.
Yes,
The rest of the
my
cavalry
lord.
can join Éomer.
Orders.
And then we have Prince
Your
Theodred,
orders, my lord.
who should move towards the lost
With
here
honor. This tower
and garrison
will
up
keep vigil over the
the
lands.
city over there.
Yes.
Done here. Please come
Yes, my
build us some watchtowers here in the south.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands. This
Keep a
tower
little
will keep
sight
vigil
on
over the
everything that's
lands.
happening over there. And this should complete
My
the
lord.
first
My
turn of our game. Still got some funds left. Could build a bit more. Just that the start I'd like to invest only in buildings that provide us with more income, not less. Volberg, Hornberg, let's see, one more Rohan Spearman would be nice. Because we won't be able to fill the town right at the first turn. Or at least I don't believe we can. There you go, turn 1. Betrothed, a knight fighter, Engist. All good and well, but you're not a governor. No. Moria and Ithilien reclaimed.
Your orders, my lord.
As is always the case
Your will,
in the
as
first
you
turn
wish.
of the year. What
We'll
is
make camp
this?
here.
They couldn't reach
Orders,
the town, which is too bad.
my lord. Orders. By your
Volberg, are you
command.
filled up yet? No, you're not. Room for 3
Your will, my lord. As you wish, my lord.
units more.
Your
This is
will,
too
my
bad
lord.
though.
My lord.
Here's an ambush.
Approaching quietly.
Here's a garrison, which is filled quite nicely
Is that what
actually.
you want?
So we'll be sieged on the next turn. And what can we do about it?
Yes, my lord.
King Theoden is moving back as we had suggested right from the
Your
start.
orders, my lord. Yes, my
These
lord.
cavalrymen,
Orders, my lord.
they're gonna join up with Prince Theoden, who will move
Yes. We can go.
further west.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my
Éomer,
lord.
I'd like to have him back here in Onodrith
With honor, my lord.
as
Your orders, my lord.
Your will, my lord. As you wish.
Yes, my lord.
a governor. Then Éomer here is gonna siege Rockburg all by
We
himself.
shall
He
prevail.
has a garrison of
Yes.
800 or so,
Orders,
and
my lord.
the next garrison is already available here. Ouch. We're about to lose a lot of money, a lot of coin moving out of our pockets,
Yes, my
our
lord.
purses.
Stopping here.
They're probably going to give us a
Tomorrow's
mission
journey planned
to
out.
make friends with the Ents soon enough. Isengard is going to try trick us into a trade agreement and then siege us at the end of the turn anyway. Now we have
Your orders, my lord.
room and
Yes.
time for some
This
more
tower will keep vigil
watchtowers.
over the lands. This
I
tower will
believe-
keep vigil.
Yes, my
Done
lord.
here, over here.
Yes. With
Is in a
honor.
good spot to
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
create some more watchtowers and fight some garrison.
Yes.
No, not a garrison, some ambushes. Edmund, with your bandits, prepare to meet your end. Dunhay is right now just a 3-star general, but we're about to rank him up, being
The tide
ambushed
of battle seems to have
by
turned against us. We must act and halt this
4
turn of
units
events.
of bandits. Where are you, bandits?
We await your command.
So there's a single unit of bandits that has 151 soldiers in the unit, and this is the general,
Our men have slain the enemy
and he
general.
needed to die,
Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
because without him their troops will lose their will to fight. Ah, we lost one soldier there, which is too bad. But we're not the elves, we don't have eternal life, we are a Rohan. And our battle cry is death, which I'm sure the units here in Dunhill's bodyguard are well aware of. Death for Rohan And the world's ending. Okay.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Half the enemy force remains and we have lost 4 soldiers, so I think we're trading off pretty nicely. One gold chevron. We're done here. And again, more shouting. More tumults.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Well, if we are tired, then they're exhausted. Here's a good bunch. Charge them. Double time. Faster. Faster, my boys. Charge them. Keep those horns ringing. Sound the advance. Charge after them.
Behold how our cowardly foe runs. It's
Oh.
time to press the attack.
Such enormous cowards they weren't. They kept going quite a long time
Let
actually.
all who remember this day
One casualty
remember
healed.
it as the day of our most
And we've gained
glorious
6
victory.
experience. Now let's see if we gained any nice traits for our commander here. That was that.
We have
You're dead.
triumphed.
Triumph.
Your orders,
Oh.
my lord.
Too bad.
This tower will keep vigil over the
We have
lands.
a veteran warrior. We have +1 command when commanding infantry. Well, that's too bad because we are a cavalry faction.
With honor.
But we'll
We
keep
can go no further, my lord.
squashing rebels left and right. We've just had 1, 2 fights. There's one rebel army here. There's one there. We'll have at least 2 more battles this episode, which I intend to make about 35 minutes long.
Will, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Alright. Should we train another unit? Let's not do it. Let's instead raise our taxes a bit more even. Since we're already bleeding dry. No garrison there. We're not gonna like it. This is all we can do, unfortunately. It will keep us positive in the balance for 1 more turn and then we are done. Finished. Bankrupt? Not yet, but we need to lose some troops, basically. That's the story. I'm quite sure Ugluk will be pleased to help us out in that regard.
I bring word from my people. It is no matter. Let's continue.
Let's continue. You'll siege me.
Goodbye.
There you
We're
are.
in position to launch a cowardly ambush if need be. We must make a stand. We are besieged.
Aha, Éomer facing off against 826 with his 18. And we are going to save this game. Just in case Éomer loses,
Muster your courage, men. We
which
march
I
into
doubt
battle.
he will. These cavalry bodyguards, they rarely die.
Our foes appear to be gaining the upper hand in this battle.
As much as cavalry bodyguards tend to survive. The Helmingas of Erkenbrand and the guards of Medicelt that Hammer brings, they are much more prone to die. So in the next battle, the defense of the Volberg will be our challenge to keep those guys alive.
We await your command.
We're gonna watch the general try and take him out early. Actually forgot to look which unit among them was the general. Our force is still fresh though, and they have been charging at us all the way from the village. So these Rockburgians, they should be almost dead by the time they get here out of exhaustion, pure exhaustion. In their uniforms and armors.
Now for wrath! Now for ruin!
Without him,
Well,
his troops will lose their will to fight.
They are again losing their will to fight. Didn't take long. Now into the archers. Slay them. Slay them all. And keep away from those spears. We don't like spears. They have a pointy end. That did cost us one cavalry soldier right there. Told you. Keep away from the points of those spears. They don't particularly spare our horses. Well, we have 16 men left. Okay, there's no
The
alternative
enemy are
save
badly
to
bloodied. They have lost half their men.
charge and charge again, even if it means charging these spearmen from the front. Oops.
Our army is tiring.
Yes, we are tired. I am so sorry. Oops. Oh, another soldier lost. $15 men left of the 18 we started with. The 4th Axeman being further reduced to hardly anything. Where shall we go? Up the hill, up you go. And charge down we do. 14 men. Oh, poor Éomer. Seeing 4 of your friends die, that should
Behold
be
how
enough.
our cowardly foe runs. It's time to press the attack. The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Yes, thank you. It was quite heroic. We have inflicted 726 casualties, taken no prisoners. Well, actually we have. We've caught 8. We've lost none as prisoners. One of our casualties got healed, so we should be back to 15 men. Or 14. 14 on the map, and then you should have fully replenished to a number of 18.
An honorable,
Unless we gain a certain
victory.
trait.
My lord, our courage and honor have
Ends
conquered.
of Fangorn. How nice. Well, we happen to have Penda over
My
here.
lord.
Penda.
Yes. Stop
What a
in
beautiful
here.
name it is. Now, Éomer,
Your orders, my lord.
would you come
Assembling a mighty host.
and
There is no
build
glory in
some
hiding like this,
watchtowers
my
for
lord.
us?
Orders.
Yes,
Here we
my
go.
lord.
On the next
Yes.
turn, we'll siege Tirithandun. Now, here we have
My lord. I'm gonna stick you.
a sieging army to beat.
Your orders, my
Prince Theodred and Captain Rigbert are about to join forces. Let's see what we have constructed though. Oh, a good bunch of grain exchanges. Now, which settlement is making us most of our money? They lost here. Give us one more free upkeep unit. Well, we have no
lord. Yes, my lord.
units to upkeep at all.
Your orders.
And as we have one
I shall continue
diplomat
tomorrow.
already engaging the Ants, the other will go to the dwarves of Adderloon. Elf
Your
Helm.
orders, my lord.
What about you build us one,
With honor. This tower will keep
two
vigil
more
over the lands.
watchtowers and then move
This
back
tower
to
will keep
Alberg.
vigil over the lands.
Yes, my lord.
This tower will keep vigil over the lands.
We're going into the red. It's unavoidable. We're losing about
Your orders, my
2,000
lord.
per turn, which is quite a bit. A lot more than I'd like to lose. Quite a bit more. Faction announcements. Éomer, aspiring commander, sword bearer, horse master. And here Erkenbrand has become an architect. Oh, a retinue expansion. He's gained an architect in his retinue. Well, none of that is going to help us now,
Combining forces.
as we are
With honor. Hiding from the enemy. Yes.
about
Yes, my
to
lord.
sally.
Your orders, my lord.
Our army sallies and shoot.
As you command.
Shall we let the IA command Prince Theodred? Well, as I said, he may die. He can charge his soldiers right into the pikes of the enemy, and it should all be lawful. Erkenbrand, however, is commanding this force, so he's above Gamling and Hama. He will gain the command stars as well, should we win this battle. Well, we have 3 units of cavalry only, which is not too many. Here we go.
Attack. Units, await my orders.
Now we are about to sally, which means generally the IA will run away from our army. We have quite a few archers here. 4 in total, Erkenbrand included, all Helmingas. They are quite capable in melee as well. And if this battle takes a while, we might very well need him to engage as well. The guards of Medezelt, they are strong, but it doesn't make Hama as strong as any cavalry commander, however. Cavalry still tends to outlast, not to outlast, but to survive. The generals tend to survive longer. So here we are. We'll start this battle by selecting
Our foes appear to be
our main
gaining the upper
infantry
hand in
line.
this battle.
Select our missiles,
Missiles.
and put them right behind there.
Units, double high. Cavalry.
And next, our cavalry. There is some Dunlanding horse, 1-2 of them, and there's wargs. So we're about equally numbered when it concerns cavalry.
We will act quickly.
And we need them to walk back towards us, actually. So Gamling is going to charge in the backs of this goblin infantry and prevent the enemy from moving all the way uphill, which would mean that we'd have to charge them uphill as well, and I have no interest in doing this. So we're gonna play with these goblins. Hello.
Great speed. Double time. Double time.
And this wasn't much of a charge. They ran, we charged them in the back, they weren't engaged. So we'll do this again. See if we kill some more this time. And we did. Actually, we took about 30 off their number. Quite a lot more, actually. We're gonna need more cavalry. They are not coming back. Infantry. Pikemen. No point in charging them. And they are coming back. Oh, they're coming back quite fast. This is nice. And our cavalry has to come back here now. Hammer. Charge the infantry again. This unit is down to 35, 33. We've only lost one of Gamling's soldiers. The horsemen of the Dunlandings are coming for us, however. Which means we need the guards of Mediselt. And we need now we've said to keep alive as many of our units as possible. This means that we are slowing down the pace of battle just a little bit, which you can do by pressing shift and then the minus button. I'm gonna tilt this flank a little bit. We don't want to give the enemy cavalry free entrance into our ranks, as the horses and the wargs can be quite a pain in the butt. The behind. As long as those cavalry charges from the front, however, we don't stand to lose too much. What I'd like to do is, yes, find those berserkers, shoot them. They are the bodyguard of the enemy commander. If we're able to shoot him early, we'll keep our army fighting for quite a bit longer and theirs for quite a bit shorter. Now, my scouts, I'd like them to screen a bit more. And likewise the Rohan riders. There's gonna be a point where their archers start shooting, particularly the sentries of the Orthanc, and it's going to hurt.
Be ready, archers! Be ready, archers! Units, cease fire!
The horsemen are still in our unit here. To slowly let them come close. Now where are their wargs? There's a unit of wargs. What is it? I don't see any slain wargs here. There's more horsemen coming. More horse. No wargs. Berserkers aren't dying very fast, and that is annoying. So
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
since we are being charged all across our lines, we'll try to recharge with our cavalry into their backs wherever we can. Such as the clan spamming.
Something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
These sentries of the ore tank are very inconveniently in between the ramps, and it's quite annoying because it breaks the impact of our charges, which is not good.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
Another downside is these Urukai archers are very resistant, even to cavalry charges. They will survive quite long. However, those sentries of the ore tank, they are a general's unit. They're actually the second bodyguard. The bodyguard of the second general that's involved in this battle. Second enemy general. Some units of the enemy have broken, which is rather convenient for us. I do hope, however, that they're not gonna return to the battle later. Now, where is our archer company firing? On these berserkers still. So we seem to be doing a good job.
Defeat seems almost certain.
I don't get it. What do you keep mewling about? Why do you keep mewling about defeat? We are not to be defeated. We have reinforcements even. They will be here. Theodred will be here and gladly give his life for the saving of Rohan. I thought you all knew that. I thought you knew. Theodred doesn't mind. It's all true to the law. Enemy general fallen. Which one would that have been? My poor little scouts, please do return. That's a problem now. I don't know which of their generals has died. Is it the one in the sentries of the ore tank or the other? Because the morale penalty only kicks in if the general with command in this battle is actually killed. If there's any assisting generals, he may die. But unless it's the general of a reinforcement army, it's not gonna break their morale or hurt their morale at all, actually, which is not good for us. Now Gamling here is being pursued even. It's not favorable at all. Berserkers, still 11 of them.
Never again will the
the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
Actually, let's try to charge the berserkers from behind. That might give us the kill we're so anxiously looking for. 11 berserkers still left. Ow. These Urukai are killing off our own spearmen. It's a disaster. Now let's switch targets with our archers.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Well, that was the general that we needed to die. Now they're both dead. Now their morale is going to hurt. So now what we need to worry about is the pikemen. I worry. The pikemen do have capacity to very badly hurt our cavalry force. And we're running out of arrows, so we'll have to engage them with our infantry. But at least at some point we'll have. The gods of Medicels. Let's use them for some recharges here. Rear charges.
Never again! Will the land of my people fall into enemy hands?
There's some clan spearmen here, breaking. They are breaking off. And these 63 archers being engaged by all our cavalry keep firing regardless. But we want this army destroyed. We want them off the map entirely. So many archers. It's terrible. Ah, these guys are broken, which is good. Charge through. Ah, return to the battle. They have. And here is Theodred. Come on, boy. What are you waiting for? Oh, not good. Not good at all. The half-orc spear guard is now pursuing our cavalry, which is not where we want to be at all. Some of our exhausted boys here. Ooh, these Urukai infantry. should have pursued them for longer.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands! For the moment, if we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Well, that sure is our intention. We're all about
Only half the enemy force remains.
smashing the enemy. We are going to lose quite a bit of our infantry though. Half-orc Bane Guard.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands! Continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Now us too have lost half of our men.
Our men have fought long and are becoming tired.
Not the best matchup for pikemen against Helminga's archers. So maybe we should try and find a different target. Like routing the Bane Guard. Ooh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Those pikemen. Men have come back. I will send them right back into the fight. These are regular archers. I was going to say I don't want to lose all my Helmingas in the first battle. That's not really the first battle, but the first big battle. I'm going to need to charge these Uruk-hai from the back, or they're gonna continue to cause us a lot of trouble. And those Uruk-hai archers can stay in the fight for a while, for as long. For all I care. That's what I was going to say. Alright, they're broken to the death. And now all the infantry and all the missiles attack the pikemen.
We will smash the enemy.
Of course, we'd like to wipe this army off the map. So it means that we need to kill like 90% or 80% of the army, and then it'll just disband, and we should be rid of it. Let's shoot some flaming arrows into them. See if that will hurt them at all enough. Now I know I shouldn't charge my cavalry into the pikes, but they should get a penalty from being charged. That is something that they are routed now. So now our cavalry should turn towards the archers here. And our missiles can kill off the rest of the pikemen. The rest of the infantry can come and fight the archers here.
Never again will the land of my people fall into enemy hands!
Behold how our cowardly foe runs.
Yeah, they
It's
run.
time to press the attack.
And now it is time to press the attack. Right now we will try and kill as much as we can. Don't want any of these guys to come back and hurt us again. Actually, you can stay back because our friend Theodoret is also joining the battle. Maybe a little bit too late, however, to kill them all. Might be tricky. does seem the Uruguay infantry is getting away. And also it does seem that our reinforcements are not going after those.
Riders of the bar! Charge! Come together! Wait your command.
Okay. So let's go after these guys. Let's wipe them off the map. And this should do it. It is still here, 3 guys. Well, they shouldn't make a difference. Can they manage? Will they overtake them? I don't believe they will. No.
We await your command.
They await my command. So this should do it. Should be the end of them. Here's the last little number of guys that our reinforcements don't seem to have any interest in. Strange theatre. He's just forming up his battle lines.
The enemy are utterly vanquished. This is a great victory worthy of only the mightiest of generals.
Now let's see who is surviving. Casualties healed. Militia. I like those Helmingos healed. Not too many actually. The one with only 52 or 50 left has gained back 2, but that's about it. The Rohan bodyguards have gained 6 experience, so that's Gamling. And the rest of the commanders haven't gained any experience. Our cavalry has though. Who's inflicted the most cavalry? The most inflicted, that's going to be our bodyguard cavalry, 359 for Gamling. And the scouts did kill 198, which is even more than the Rohan riders. So not too shabby. Well, what to do? Shall we ransom them or execute them? Well, as much as 5k would be interesting, it's going to practically bring back more than half of their army. Which means I'm going to execute them. I didn't even see any surviving cavalry retreat to the fort, which means no wargs, no Dunlanding horse has made it out of the battle, otherwise they'd be here.
Yes.
So the army's been completely, entirely shattered. We've lost no commanders. We've gained some traits, I suppose. Eckenbrand +2 command. Well, that is nice to see, of course.
Your orders, my lord.
He's a 4-star now. We've lost some, and we're going to train some. And we're still losing money.
Yes, my lord.
However, these have these nice melee upgrades. If we merge them, they're going to lose the melee upgrades. So I'm gonna try and keep that. If I merge these with them, they'll lose their melee upgrade. I can, however, merge some into those, which means we have space for 5 units more,
Your orders, my lord.
which will be
Your will, my lord. My lord. Orders. Your will, my lord. My lord.
these 5.
Yes.
We'll run some of our archers
Your
to
will,
the
my lord.
Hornburg.
As you wish.
The rest are gonna try and slowly but surely retrain. These 31, however, they're also
Orders.
too far
By your
depleted, so they
command.
can also move out, which means we have room for 2
yes,
more,
my lord.
which will
My
be
lord.
these 2.
Orders. Yes.
And what else can we do? Well, we have this one unit here of 59, which we can
By
retrain.
your command.
Your orders, my lord.
Instead, put
As
in
you
a
wish.
unit of 80, which
Yes, my
means
lord.
Theodred, our dear boy,
With
can place
honor,
a watchtower
we
over
can go
here,
no further, my lord.
and then
This
gradually
tower will
make
keep
his way
vigil
back.
over the lands. We shall continue
Dynasty.
tomorrow. Making camp here. We shall continue.
Yes, my lord.
I believe
Lord.
this should conclude our episode, although we have, see this black spot over here?
Your
It's
orders.
black
Yes, my
because
lord.
there's a rebel army around somewhere.
Yes.
It means I want done here
This tower will
to
keep
fight
vigil
this
over the
army
lands.
in the next turn.
With honor. Making camp here.
After,
This
then
tower
I'm
will
gonna
keep
need more,
vigil over the
even
lands.
more.
Your orders, my lord. Yes, my lord.
Watchtowers in
Your
this
orders,
area.
my lord.
Well, thank you for watching. I hope to see you on the next episode. Feel free to share and like and subscribe as you go. And I'm looking forward to presenting you with our 4th turn and the rest of this campaign. Peace out.